My mom was so excited when I moved from New Jersey to Los Angeles. The first place I moved was Burbank, California. I lived across the street from Warner Brothers. My mom wasn't shy on giving me advice. Go across the street and introduce yourself. Tell them you have a bug commercial running. You've done a lot of dinner theater. They'd be stupid not to give you a contract. I remember when I got my first TV job, and it was like a little guest spot. And this was a time, like, remember, like, we had, answering machines and VCRs. And my mom, of course, told everybody back east about that. And I was doing a lot of comedy, a lot of stand-up, so I had set my VCR for when the episode was going to play. The producer had given me the wrong start date. I came home and my answering machine, it's like blinking like a Christmas tree. Harriet, it's Mom. You weren't on. What happened? The episode opened with a monkey. I was sure you were going to be in that. When have I ever worked with a monkey? And back then, I would try out at some of the big clubs, and there was a protocol. You would try out in front of a big audience, and afterwards, after your set, you'd go to the owner's, or manager's office, and they would tell you if you passed, if you could be a regular at the club. And I'm not saying that I always killed, but that night I did. You could hear the laughter echoing. So I go back to the office, and the guy was very arrogant. This was the time that, casting couches and a lot of nonsense. He looked me up and down. I don't know why they were laughing so hard. You're not that funny. And I looked at him and I said, well, maybe they had an off night. I wish I could say it didn't crush me, but it did. But it didn't break my spirit. And I called my mom up, and she said, you know what, it's an opinion. It's like being broke. Being broke is temporary, but bad taste is forever. And he's got bad taste. My mom had a really hard life. I grew up in 27 homes. I used to take her on road trips when I would get booked, for my comedy gigs. They would give you a beautiful hotel, and all I had to cover was my mom's expenses of food or movies and stuff. And it was a little vacation that I really wanted to pamper her. So I remember particularly, one time, the movie was Finding Nemo. And I had booked a gig in Boca. And we had a routine down when I would take her away. I worked at night doing my comedy, and during the day I would take her to eat, shopping, and then sometimes a movie. So it was Finding Nemo. I bought 2 tickets. It was $24, which then it was that was a lot. We go in, 5 minutes into it, she's like, I want to go. I want to go. I'm like, Mom, I just paid for it. But my mom's like my kryptonite. So we go outside, and she's like, are you mad? I go, Mom, I just paid for it. What's the matter? I'm sick of that Disney. He's always killing the mother. Nemo, Bambi, Cinderella, it's habitual. The man needed therapy. And Harriet, I'm gonna bet you dollars to donuts that whole Mickey Mouse idea was the mother. He probably wanted a hamster for a star. She probably said, Walt, get off that hamster wheel. Make something of yourself. If it wasn't for the mother, it wouldn't have been the Mickey Mouse Club. It would have been like Harold the Hamster Club. So we get into the car, and she's like, are you mad at me? I'm sorry. I go, no, it's okay. She says, you know what, Harriet? With all this talk about Nemo and fish, I'm hungry. Can we go to the Red Lobster? Well, fast forward. My vacations with my mom became more of me visiting her at Jewish affordable housing. And I would go there, and I'd always do like a free show, and you know, I still want to take her out, and I would say to her, Mom, let me take you to lunch. You know, can you bring me something back instead? I really don't want to go out. I'd be like, okay, what do you want? A vanilla milkshake, a turkey club extra mayo, and French fries. But Harriet, very important. Tell them with the French fries, no salt. My blood pressure. Our excursions, our adventures became more of me sitting at the edge of her bed, listening to her stories of how she was the glam girl in the Catskills, and all the guys wanted to go out with her. It made her happy. It made me happy too. And then sometimes I would like go out at night and I'd meet some of my old friends. Her light would be on until I came home. Every time I went there, I would do a free show. It would be like plastered all over the building like flyers. Free comedy show, 7 o'clock. This time my mom greeted me with, Harriet, I don't know what kind of crowd you're gonna get. They scheduled bingo the same night. So we go to the clubhouse and we're getting on the elevator. First, right by the elevator, there's a sign. Please, no more than 3 walkers. As we're getting into the elevator, this older guy gets in with us, and he looks at me and he says, are you the comic? I said, yes. He says, you don't look like you're going to be funny. My mom leaned over and said, you know, you don't have to do your comedy here anymore. I don't like anybody here anyway. Thank you.